The illusion of control. You're not in charge. You think you're calling the shots. That every choice, every decision, every gut feeling is you. That's cute. It's not. Your brain decided before you did. Neuroscientists have literally watched it happen. Your neurons fire seconds before you become aware of making a choice. By the time you proudly announce, "I've decided," your brain's already halfway through execution. You're basically a post-game commentator narrating your own highlights. That sudden urge to grab your phone, already scheduled. That late-night snack you swore you didn't need, pre-approved and processed. You're not the CEO of your life. You're the intern your brain keeps around for PR. And it's sneaky about it too. When you do something stupid, your brain instantly backdates a reason so it still feels intentional. Trip on the stairs? I was testing gravity. Buy something useless online? Investment. Argue with a stranger on the internet? Research. The more you believe you're in control, the more your brain gaslights you into thinking the chaos was your idea. It's like being handcuffed to the world's most confident liar, and he lives in your head rent-free. You're not the driver here. You're just the overly chatty GPS trying to sound helpful while the car's been on autopilot this whole time. The memory illusion. You remember wrong. You trust your memories, which is honestly adorable because your brain doesn't store memories. It rewrites them every single time. It's less of a library and more of a drunk court stenographer, jotting down the general vibe and filling in the rest later. Every time you recall something, your brain takes out the red pen, adds special effects, and edits the dialogue so you sound smarter and more innocent. That perfect comeback you swear you said, you didn't. That dramatic breakup speech you remember giving, half of it was internal. Your brain just did you a favor. It made you look good in the rerun. Scientists call it reconstructive memory. Basically, you're not replaying your past. You're refilming it with an inflated budget and no fact-checking. That's why eyewitnesses disagree. Families argue over who said what, and every childhood story somehow ends with you as the hero. Your memories aren't historical records. They're vanity projects, directed, produced, and edited by your brain, with zero supervision. Naive realism. You see the world clearly. You don't. You think you see the world exactly as it is. That's cute. Your brain isn't showing you reality. It's showing you its version of reality. Basically, you're living in a Netflix version of the truth, loosely based on actual events. Everything you see is filtered, color-graded, and emotionally edited before you even know it's happening. Someone cuts you off in traffic, instantly labeled villain. You cut someone off? Honest, mistake, same event, different script. All depending on who your brain's rooting for. Spoiler, it's always you. Your brain doesn't care about accuracy. It cares about consistency. It's a lazy editor that hates rewriting the story, so it just bends reality to match your expectations. That's why when you argue, you think you're calm, rational, and completely logical, and the other person is an unhinged maniac fueled by caffeine and critical opinions. They think the same thing about you. For real! Congratulations. You're both starring in separate realities that happen to share a zip code. Naive realism is the reason social media is chaos. Politics are dumpster fires, and your family can't agree on what to eat for dinner. Everyone's brain is convinced their version is the right one, even when it's obviously held together with duct tape and denial. Your brain isn't lying maliciously. It just hates being wrong. So instead of adjusting to reality, it quietly adjusts reality to fit you. You're not living in the real world. You're living in your brain's fan fiction, and somehow it still gave itself the starring role. The self-serving bias. You're the hero of every story. According to your brain, you're basically the main character of reality. Everyone else, background extras. It's your movie, your soundtrack, your dramatic close-ups, and yes, your brain wrote, directed, and starred in it. When something goes right, you're a genius. When something goes wrong, the universe clearly conspired against you. Flat tire? Well, I did sense something was off with that road. Got fired? They just couldn't handle my potential. Forget an anniversary? Time is a social construct. Your brain runs a 24-hour PR firm solely dedicated to making you look good. Press releases, spin control, and crisis management included. It doesn't matter if you burned dinner or bombed a presentation, your mind immediately drafts an internal statement beginning with, "Actually, that was intentional." Meanwhile, when someone else screws up, they're obviously careless, lazy, or born without common sense. You spill your drink. Whoops! Clumsy table. They spill theirs. Absolute disaster of a human being. It's the same trick that makes you think other people's success is luck, timing, or favoritism, while yours naturally is divine validation of your excellence. Psychologists call this the self-serving bias. Your brain calls it standard operating procedure. It's the reason apologies feel like dental work and self-reflection feels like betrayal. Here's the kicker. Your mind doesn't even do it to be cruel. It's protecting you. A fragile ego can't survive in the wild without a little creative editing. So your brain keeps polishing your image, scrubbing away accountability, and releasing a new, slightly improved version of you every day. You're not lying to yourself. Your brain's just giving you the deluxe edition, full of bonus features, deleted scenes, and and absolutely zero blame. The mirror lie. That's not your face. Every morning you look in the mirror and see a familiar face staring back. Bad news, that face is lying to you. Your reflection isn't what other people see. It's flipped horizontally, your own personal deep fake. That mole you think is on the left, everyone else sees it on the right. Your brain spent your whole life bonding with an imposter version of you, and it's gotten way too comfortable with the lie. That's why photos feel wrong. You're not photogenically cursed, you're just seeing yourself the way everyone else already does. Your brain panics because it's meeting a stranger who happens to look exactly like you, but isn't reversed the way it's used to. It's like finding your twin in public and realizing they have better posture. Researchers have shown people their true, unflipped faces, and most of them recoil like they've just met their evil twin. It feels unsettling because your brain has literally filed your mirrored self under real you and rejects anything that doesn't match the lie. That's also why you hate your recorded voice. Same scam, different sense. You sound fine to everyone else, but your brain hears it and goes, absolutely not. That's a stranger and I don't trust them. So every compliment you've ever gotten about your smile, your eyes, your face was for a version of you you've never actually seen. You've been fixing your hair, practicing your smile, and psyching yourself up in front of a clone. Congratulations. You've been catfished by your own reflection. The spotlight effect. Everyone's watching you. Nope. You walk into a room with a coffee stain on your shirt and instantly think, great, everyone's staring. They're not. Your brain loves to pretend you're the main event. It cranks up an imaginary spotlight the moment you leave the house. Attention, everyone! A slightly disheveled legend has arrived. Meanwhile, everyone is just scrolling through their phones. Psychologists call it the spotlight effect. Your brain's mistaken belief that everyone else is paying way more attention to you than they actually are. Truth is, most people are too wrapped up in their own anxieties to even register yours. While you're replaying that awkward wave you did wrong 3 hours ago, they're busy overanalyzing their own handshake from last week. You're not under a spotlight. You're just one of 8 billion background characters all pretending the camera's on them. The planning fallacy. You'll totally finish that today. You tell yourself, this'll only take an hour. Cut to 3 days later, you're knee-deep in chaos. Your desk looks like a crime scene, and you've entered the 5 stages of Project Regret. Your brain's an overconfident event planner who keeps forgetting you're human. It draws up perfect schedules that only make sense in an alternate universe where you never get hungry, distracted, or curious about what your ex's cousin is posting on Facebook. Psychologists call this the planning fallacy. But honestly, chronic self-delusion would have worked too. Your brain builds its timeline using the best-case scenario template. No interruptions, no procrastination, no reality. It assumes the task will go perfectly. You'll focus like a monk, and nothing unexpected will ever happen. You plan for future you, who's apparently a flawless productivity robot with a spotless kitchen and 6-pack abs. But when the time comes, present you clocks in, undercaffeinated, overstimulated, and ready to take a 5-minute break that somehow lasts 3 hours. Your brain doesn't plan, it daydreams. It paints a cinematic montage of you crushing goals, while conveniently skipping the parts where you wander off mid-task, realize you need one more tiny little thing from Amazon, and end up watching raccoon videos at 2 a.m. You think you're running a tight schedule. Your brain's just drawing fan art of your productivity. The optimism bias. It won't happen to you. Your brain is a terrible gambler, and its favorite bet is that bad things only happen to other people. You know disasters are real. You've seen them on the news, read the headlines, and probably scrolled past 3 before breakfast. But deep down, your brain whispers, relax. That's not you. You're the exception. That's why you text while driving, skip doctor appointments, ignore weird noises your car makes, and tell yourself that one more energy drink definitely won't kill you. Your brain's logic, if it hasn't happened yet, it probably never will. Which is the same strategy used by every horror movie character right before the lights go out. Psychologists call this the optimism bias, the mental glitch that makes you believe you're somehow immune to life's chaos. It's not confidence, it's denial in a trench coat. Your brain inflates the odds of good things happening and quietly deletes the bad ones from memory. That's why people buy lottery tickets but never life insurance. It's why every smoker thinks they won't get lung cancer. And why you start a DIY project thinking, how hard could it be? Right before you're Googling how to patch drywall at 2 a.m. Your brain doesn't do this to be cruel. It's trying to protect your sanity. If you actually believed how random and fragile life really is, you'd never leave the house. Or you'd at least wear a helmet to open the fridge. So it keeps you blissfully confident. convinced the plane won't crash, the economy won't tank, and you'll definitely start eating healthy next Monday. Your brain doesn't predict the future. It sugarcoats it, sprinkles on some delusion, and serves it up as positive thinking. The truth is, nothing makes you special, except how good your brain is at pretending you are.
And that's the final lie your brain tells.
That you're different. That all those warnings, mistakes, and bad decisions apply to everyone else, but not you. It's the same confidence that says, I'll remember this video. You won't. By tomorrow, you'll barely recall the title, but you'll swear it changed your life. So before your brain rewrites this moment into something that almost happened, hit subscribe. Before it convinces you you'll do it later, because you won't.